Hey everybody, this is Tracy Simpson, and this is Pageantry Now, where we talk about all the things that are positive about pageantry and the things that make pageants fun. And for a lot of you that come on and you may see us on, we're glad to have you here, and we're hoping that you will join us for a very special edition of Pageantry Now. We will be having a special guest today. She is the reigning Ms. America International, Tracy Rodgers, and she'll be on in just a little bit. So I want to just tell you a little bit about me. My name is Tracy Simpson. I am the reigning Mrs. Elite Florida, and I will be competing for the title of Mrs. Elite United States in just 2 weeks. Now Tracy is a title holder with a different pageant system, but we are here to be able to highlight all of the fun things about pageantry and how pageants give back to the community, how amazing women are out there doing amazing things with their titles and being able to make a difference. Hi guys, how are you? So I'm hoping that everybody will be able to drop in and ask appropriate questions and be able to talk to Tracy when she logs in. I see a few of our friends are on, so if you guys are just joining us, please share this broadcast so that we can invite all of our fans and be able to make sure that lots and lots of people come on and are part of this very special event. Tracy won her title about 8 weeks ago, but I'm going to let her tell you all about her and what makes her uniquely fantastic and wonderful. But again, here's a quick pic of what she looks like. Amazing. All right, I see Lily there. I see Kenzie. Hey, Oscar, how are you? Lily, Heather, what's going on? 143 days as a crownie. Oh, Molto, thank you for becoming a fan. Let me fan you back. I appreciate that. And of course, we do try to reward our fans, although we haven't been on lately. We do giveaways once a month so that we can encourage you guys to be able to come back and view the show. We're trying to get back to a Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday schedule, although the next couple of weeks are going to be a little bit crazy because I will be competing with Heather, who's the accomplished American director, but also the reigning Mrs. West Coast Woman of Achievement. So we will be competing for the titles of Mrs. U.S. Woman of Achievement and Mrs. Elite Woman of Achievement. So thank you. Oh, Lily, you're awesome. I love you too, Pop-Tart. How you guys doing? It's good to see you guys. I haven't been on, and so I apologize. I've been spending a little bit of me time, and work has been interesting, having to do some juggling with trying to get life back together and then getting ready for competition. So one of these nights I'm going to come on, I think probably Wednesday night, I'm going to come on and I'm going to practice my talent, and then you guys can tell me what you guys think. We'll see. So hopefully, I know that Tracy was on just a minute ago. Thank you. I appreciate it. Everything's good. Everything's good. It's just that I just needed some time to kind of... Oh, thanks. Oh, thank you, Pop-Tart. I appreciate it. It's not even so. It's just I just needed some time to be able to kind of regroup with all the traveling that I was doing back and forth and covering all the different pageants. And as amazing as it was, I really had to spend some time just trying to regroup and get more to, focusing on me. Sparkly top. Yay! So it's cool. I'm so glad you guys are here. Thanks for being here. Again, please make sure you share. Please make sure that you take lots of captures of the interview while it's going on so that we can make sure. Oh, okay, no problem. Did you have a good time, Kenzie? That's awesome. I saw that when we were trying to do the check, and I didn't want to be rude. I was trying to help Tracy through logging in. So you went to homecoming and you had a good time, I hope. Something social, something different. Okay, send me pictures later. I appreciate it. So I hope everybody's been good. I hope you guys have all had a good, September, now October. I can't believe that October's almost ready. Halloween's almost here. I can't believe it. And then November 2nd, I leave for November 2nd, I leave for California. So Heather and I will be reporting live from the pageant, so you guys can get to know all the contestants with us. And I don't know if we'll be live streaming the pageant, but hopefully you'll be able to see part of the pageant. Hopefully I win. We'll see. Hey Jessica, how are you? Thank you for joining me. I'm getting worried now. Well, just now it's 5:02, so I popped on a little bit early. So I wanted to make sure we got some people on. Hyper is good. Remember just to make sure that we keep all of the comments and the questions appropriate. This is a national title holder, so we want to make sure we give her a lot of respect and be able to ask her questions that is appropriate for a national title holder. So much better than grumpy. Happy is happy. Well, I don't know if hyper is one of the 7 dwarfs. Nobody has shared. Come on, guys. Share. Get us on there. What's up, Jess? How are you? I don't know. Did anybody get a post when I came on? Did you guys get a notification that I came on? Yes, it's Smart Water. This one has a cloud on it. No animal. It got kind of mushed up. See, the bottle's kind of mushed. It's got a cloud in it. You got one from YouTube? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, it doesn't have an animal. It has a cloud. Rains get cloud too. Or, rains. Clouds get water too. Yeah, I know. There's no animal on it. It's a cloud. It says water crisp from a cloud. But the bottle, see how the bottle's all gushed up? It got smashed. Rain! Lots and lots of rain. Now I'm getting worried. I hope Tracy's okay. So, anyways, you had one with an elephant. I had one with a fox yesterday. And then we got a delivery just a little while ago. I'm posing. Okay. Hey, did you use that picture to invite your fans? Are you serious, Kens? Thank you for sharing. I appreciate it. Get some more peeps on here. Come on, we gotta get some more peeps. I don't know if Jolie's still on. Jolie came on earlier, so I was hoping she'd come back. We were just doing a test, so. Hi! Hi, Caleb. How are you? Thank you for joining us. My name is Stacy. This is PageantryNOW. We are all about positive pageantry and making a difference in the world and using pageants to be able to make a difference in the world. We have different title holders that come on and talk about their titles and what they do with their titles and how they won their titles and more information about how to get involved with their particular pageant system. We've covered different systems. We've been live on the red carpet at Miss Universe, Miss USA, Miss Teen USA, Galaxy International, Belleza Latina. I've done several of the Florida USA preliminaries. I have done, I don't know, 3 or 5, I don't know, a lot. We've done a lot. It's been a very busy several months flying back and forth across the country. So, Tracy's here! Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and guest her, guys. Get your questions ready, but I'm going to let her tell you all about herself, about her title, and when she won it, and then we'll go from there. Alright, I hope you guys are ready. This is going to be awesome. Yay! Hey, gorgeous! How are you?
I made it on.
How are you?
I'm good. Is that okay?
You look fabulous. Fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you. We both were able to get ourselves ready after the check there.
Yeah, I know. It's like, okay. And honestly, we are about inner beauty. At the end of the day, it's all about being beautiful from the inside out.
For sure.
So, the other stuff is just, I don't know, a
For
coat of
fluff.
paint here and there, and, just a touch up. So it's all right. You look stunning, though. So thank you for being
Thank
here. We
you.
appreciate it. Guys, if you can do me a favor, if you guys can invite all of your fans. Hey, Jolie! Jolie, do me a favor, invite your fans. And I'm going to let you introduce yourself. So if you want to introduce yourself, Tracy, go ahead.
My name is Tracy Rodgers, and I am Miss America International. Was just crowned September 3rd in Brea, California. So I'm actually just starting my reign for the next year. So I'm very excited, super excited.
Fantastic. Okay, so tell us a little bit about the Miss America system and about your title, and we'll go from there.
Well, Susan Jeske is the national director, the CEO, and she was actually Miss America in 1997. She bought the pageant I guess, what do you call it, the copyright in 1999 and has run the pageant since. And so the pageant has just really grown. I love that it embodies and embraces, recognizes women from all different facets, all different walks of life, and really encourages women to promote their platform or whatever it is that is inspiring to them, a message they may have to share. And the thing I learned, when I came to the national pageant, every story, and with a really amazing story. And these women that come and compete for the Miss America title, Miss America International, they're top-notch ladies. Like by the time you get there, you realize they work hard on themselves physically and mentally. They work in their communities to better their communities and their states, and they give it their time and their talents. I mean, it just really is an incredible group of women to be able to share the stage with, and really to be able to work under the direction of Susan Jeske and be able to help promote her. The Miss America system is, crown with a purpose. And so, of course, we want to be able to utilize the crown to promote our own individual platforms and then support and sustain other title holders or whatever charities in their platforms as well.
Fantastic. Okay, so tell me a little bit about the difference between Ms. America, Ms. America International, and Ms. International, because I know that they're all part of the same system. They're just different titles.
Right. So there's 3 different titles. I'm Miss America International. So I was, I'd love to tell you I'm 29, but I'm not.
You're only
so
21.
I know, right? Regardless of what my birthday cake says, I think I had to go to the 39 a couple years ago. But so I was the number 1 point over 40. So I have the Miss America International title. Miss America is for any age woman 26 and up. And Oksana is the title holder of that, and I think she's actually 39. So wide range of anywhere from 26 and up that women can come and compete. And so she was the number 1 overall points holder. And then I was the number 1 40 and over points holder. And then Ms. International is a combination of People's Choice, and the judges tallied points and ads sold in the program book and that sort of thing. And so there are the 3 titles with the pageant system. And so it's great because 3 of us can represent both nationally and internationally and share our message and promote the Miss America system. So it's been really a lot of fun.
So you've got your own sisterhood already built into it, which is fantastic.
We do.
And I know that with my experience with pageants, and I know that with yours as well, that it really does become one of those things where it is a sisterhood and you support each other, and it's not just the national title holders. All the state title holders kind of work together, and they work to support each other, which is fantastic. And I think that's awesome.
Right. We do. We work a lot together, and I love that Susan Jeske is really encourages us to work with other pageant systems as well, because as you know, there's a number of systems. There's the USA and the Miss America and Mrs. America and United States and international, numerous, and the Elite America system. So I love that she encourages us to work with other title holders because we know there's strength in numbers. And really, title holder, pageant title holders across the country do hundreds of thousands of hours of community service and charitable work and promoting their platforms. And what a great cause to be able to come together with women who have goals and who want to support each other in their goals. And so I know that even being a national title holder, we work a lot with the community, the local title holders, the state title holders in various systems. And so it makes a lot of fun. You get to, like you said, you get to make a really neat sisterhood that way.
It's fantastic. It makes a lot of fun, and that was the whole idea for me with Pageantry Now, was to try to bring all of the different sisters together and to give everybody a platform to be able to share their story and why they got into pageantry, but more importantly, what they're doing with their titles. So tell me about your platform and how you use your title to be able to promote your platform.
Well, my title and my platform, I should say, is very personal to me. It was obviously based on my personal story. I was in a terrible car accident 5 years ago where I was actually the reigning Miss Nevada United States. I was due to compete the following week at Miss United States. I was in this terrible car accident and literally broke everything from the neck down. My neck was broken 9 places, my back in 4, both arms, both legs, my pelvis, my hip. Like, I was a hot mess. Everything but my right hip was broken. And so obviously it took me out of the running for that. And when I tell you that I felt very well prepared to go into that pageant, I felt as well prepared as I could have been at any point in my life. And to have it just all kind of like ripped away, that was really, really hard on me. But also my whole focus changed, because it went from, would I be able to even walk a stage again, to just the question was, would I be able to walk again? And I was non-weight bearing for 11 weeks. I've had numerous, 29 surgery sites, 21 broken bones, like numerous surgeries. And so about a year ago, when I had moved into Henderson near Las Vegas, I decided, you know what, this is my time now, because I have literally spent 4 years trying to get my life back, just trying to get my joints working and finding who Tracy Rodgers is now. And one of the things that just kind of kept haunting in the back of my mind was I didn't get to finish my race I started. And by that I mean, I was so close to going to nationals, to be able to walk that national stage. And so it was about January, I thought, you know what, I don't want to look back 10 years from now and say, I wish I would have done that, and why didn't you? And granted, I mean, obviously I have like scarring and some deformity in my left knee and that sort of thing, so my pride and ego were getting in my way. And I kept having people tell me over and over, you've got a great story. You need to go back and do this one more time. Like, you need to. And they were right. I did have a physical need to start. I've never been a quitter. I've never been somebody who didn't start something and didn't finish it unless a bus, got in my way. So it takes something that big to make me not show up for somewhere. But anyway, I decided, really very more seriously, probably about March, like, I really want to do one more pageant. I need to finish the race I started. And so I started just kind of looking at and building on what would my platform be, because I'm a registered nurse. I've always done stuff for hospice and the Cancer Society. And this time I thought, no, you know what? This is about me. This is my story. And so my platform is Your Tomorrow Starts Today. And it is basically about not letting adverse events or circumstances define you. And it doesn't have to be something as big or tragic as a car accident, but even whether it's the loss of a loved one or a divorce or bad grades in school or not being able to qualify for a loan on a home. I mean, certainly these adverse events and circumstances, whether they might be due to a fault of our own or no fault of our own, they can always serve as a refining process. And I think what happens is people get in a habit of saying, like, I'll wait for tomorrow, or I'll do it whenever. But guess what? Tomorrow might not ever come. And so that's why my good friend Lisa Nowolny and I, she's a pageant coach, she had talked to me. She said, Tracy, this is your story. Like, your tomorrow starts today. And it's about not letting adverse events or circumstances define you. It's about, pulling your bootstraps up and getting up every morning and brushing yourself off and doing the hard work and knowing that you're in the same boat with everybody else that does this every single day. And sometimes I think we tend to look at other people and think their life might look a little bit charmed or easy or whatever. But when we realize that, guess what? Everybody's in the same boat, and life isn't easy. It's not. I've always said life is not for sissies. Like, you've got to be kind of a tough cookie to get through everything, and it's just a matter of telling yourself, this may not be preferable. This certainly isn't where I want it to be. But I am literally walking proof that if I can come back from what I came from and be able to walk that stage, which for me, that was my finishing the race. And what I ended up with was icing on the cake. Like, I have this whole year to help share and spread this message and encourage other people to let these circumstances that might have affected them adversely, to say, you know what, I can do this, and we can move forward, and it's just a very, very positive message.
No, and that's fantastic. I have people popping in, so let me just say hi really quick. Hi, Omar. Thank you for being here. McKenna, thank you for fanning us. Tater, hi. Art Girl, thank you for being here. I have my special guest on today, Tracy Rodgers. She's the reigning Miss America International, and she's sharing her story of overcoming obstacles. And one of the things that, we're always talking about on the show is that everybody's got their challenge. Everybody's got something that they're facing that can be a difficult time. And it may not be right now, but it may be, 5 years from now, or it may have been 5 years ago, and you're having to deal with, those particular situations, and being, hey, Hill, how are you? Thanks for being here, babe. But it's all about trying to find the magic in that the rest of your life starts at this moment. And I relate very strongly to Tracy's story about overcoming, obstacles and dealing with that. And, in many, many ways, PageantryNOW is one of those, I call it my bucket list, but one of those bucket list items where, I said, I want to do this. And, and look, we've had an amazing opportunity to meet so many fantastic people, to be able to have so many fantastic guests on the show, and to hear their stories and be able to see what pageants really are doing to be able to change people's lives. It's not just a crown and a sash. It's not just somebody, looking beautiful from the outside. It's beauty from the inside. And that's the thing that we don't always get an opportunity to be able to highlight in our society. We're bombarded with all of these images about what perfection really is, when we, exactly the way we are perfect, because we're unique. Each scar we have, everything that could be something that somebody may see as a flaw in you, is what makes you absolutely perfect. So I think it's fantastic that, someone with such a great story like Tracy's has won a national title and now can spend a whole year starting today. Today is when everything happens. You can't change yesterday. You don't know if tomorrow is going to be here. So all you have is right now. So make the best of it. So I think that's fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah, it's I felt a lot of love and support on this end. And the thing I think I enjoy the most about it is hearing from other people and their stories. And I think when people want to be able to share those stories, and what a great place to be able to do that, And the thing that I've enjoyed the very most about pageantry, I love the sisterhood and the sistership that you get to develop when you compete with the ladies, but also women that you meet across America. I have a number of Facebook friends that I was actually able to meet some of them at the pageant for the first time. But even greater than that, the opportunities that it provides in being able to meet with people in the community or state during different charitable service projects or organizational events. I love that. And I love that like I said, everybody's got a story, and what a great place to be able to share that and hear other people's circumstances. And this, I'll tell you what, the one thing I learned as well, when I was very first taken in the hospital, and when I tell you I had a neck brace on, a back brace, I was cast to my fingertip, both. I was 100% dependent. They fed me, they brushed my teeth, they flossed my teeth, they turned me, they moved, like 100% dependent. There was a gentleman that they had brought in right across the hall in the room across from me, and he had been terribly burned, was the only thing I knew, because I could see the bandages. And I remember laying there in my bed, just broken, and thinking, oh my gosh, I'm just so glad that I'm broken and not burned, because there's always somebody that has it worse than you. And not that it takes away from, what you've got or whatever circumstance, but really, truly, when you look at other people's life's events, there will always be somebody who will have more than us. There will always be somebody who will have greater things than us. And also there will always be somebody who will have something that we could look at and say, oh my gosh, I could never do that. I could never have gotten through that. And yet at the end of the day, it's all an even line. Like, we are ultimately all the same. And like you were talking about, so much that comes from some of that is just really what comes from within. How strong are you within? How hard are you willing to dig deep to find that fierceness that it takes to really pull yourself out of some of that? Because it's very easy to track down that road of depression or self-pity. And I'd be the first to tell you, yeah, I had my days. There were days I thought, I can't have them crank on me one more time. I can't have physical therapy come in. I had this love-hate relationship with my physical therapist. Like, I love him more today than I did 3 years ago, because he doesn't hurt me today. Now we're just friends. Actually, he's more like a brother. They're both like brothers. But yeah, it's just about, this is just called life. And at the end of the day, that's what it is. Everybody's in the same boat, and we're here to help each other and encourage each other through. And hopefully people can feel of my love and compassion for them, and that they, even if it just inspires one person to say, you know what, I feel a little empowered by her, and to know her story and what she's been through, and guess what, I can do this too. Because sometimes it's looking at somebody that's had it harder than us and saying, oh my goodness, if they can do that, I could do this. Like, I could do it.
Right, exactly.
And that's what I think a big part of that is.
No, it's fantastic. I mean, I say to people often, because I'll tell my story, and for those of you that are just joining us, I am a 3-time cancer survivor. 20 years ago, they gave me 8 weeks to live. And clearly, I have overcome that. And then I've had breast cancer and skin cancer as a side effect from that original lymphoma. As well as congestive heart failure caused by the chemotherapy that I received, as well as a 90% blockage to my main artery, where I had to have a double bypass because of the radiation that I received. And then add on top of that, I was training for a triathlon 5 years ago, and I was hit by a truck riding my bicycle. So,
that makes my story look really mellow.
No, oh my gosh, no. And that's the point I want to make, Tracy, is that it doesn't. Everybody has their challenges. It could be a moment of depression, and that moment of depression is the thing that really defines what you're going through. It could be the loss of a loved one. It could be something where somebody was affected by something, and that just intrinsically affected you. 9/11 affected people in very dramatic ways. Sure. So I always say that everybody has their own challenge that they have to overcome, and it's who they are on the other side of that defines them. Right. My story is not any less or more significant than your story or any of my viewers' stories, because to them at that particular moment, that is what's their challenge, and that's what they have to choose, to either climb up the hill and get over to the other side and see what's happening, or not. And I always like to quote one of my favorite movies, Parenthood. The grandmother gets up and she says, life can be like a merry-go-round where you just go around and around and around. It's not very exciting. You just kind of do the same thing. Or it can be like a roller coaster where you go up, 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 and then you take the big dive down, and it's super exciting. You just, there's highs and there's lows. And without those highs and those lows, you can't appreciate the highs. So,
right.
And that's really the way I look at it, is that we've all got amazing stories. And that's the thing I think we don't see in pageantry very often anymore is you see the things that are the oops moments that are just totally plastered all over social media, or
Yeah.
you see the the things that have gone poorly, or you hear about what someone has done wrong, where at the end of the day there are women out contributing their heart and their soul to whatever charities that they're working with. Each one of us, I mean, not all systems have platforms, but most women that are in pageantry have some kind of platform. But, Miss Universe works with HIV. Miss USA works with breast cancer and ovarian cancer, and Best Buddies. So, Miss America works with the Children's Miracle Network, but they also have their own platform that they are able to promote as well. So, it's how we're taking these moments and trying to be able to help other people with their moments. So,
one thing I'll tell you as well is two things that I remember from growing up, and you and I had discussed this earlier. My parents, I have 2 brothers and 2 sisters, there's 5 siblings. We, or 5 of us together, but every one of us were always told, you can do hard things. And for as simplistic as that is, it is something, we all have a plaque that my sister had done for us a number of years ago. Every one of us have them up in our homes. And it's just one of those things when you glance at it, when you're having one of those days and you're like, it's just a reminder. And I'm so grateful that I was raised knowing I could do hard things and on any end. And it's just one of those things I'm like, thank you, Mom, for that small little tidbit. Because when you're younger and your parents say those things to you, and Mom's like, you can do hard things. You're like, I don't want to do hard things. You get older as an adult, you don't have a choice anymore. You're forced to do things that most of the time we don't want to do. And one of the things that she had told me as I was probably in my early 20s, and I remember as a young mother, and she said something along the lines that in every life a little rain must fall. Otherwise, our lives would be like the vast Sahara Desert. And it's true. I mean, rain is what brings green, and green is what brings beauty. And so it's that whole thing about letting some of these adverse events and circumstances serve as a refiner's fire to us. Refine us like a fine piece of china that helps you to look and be the best version of yourself that you can be in the end. And it really changed my whole mindset about the whole accident, not letting it negatively affect me or adversely affect me, so that hopefully I could grow and be a stronger, better person because of that. And I feel like I've had to work harder. And the one thing I will tell you too is coming through that process, I've had an opportunity to meet people and make new friendships. I mean, thousands of people have come into my life that I would have never had an opportunity to meet otherwise. And I wouldn't even know what to do without some of these cherished friendships that I've been able to make. I can't even imagine my life without these people, and those people would have never come into my life were it not for that situation. And so sometimes when we look back at those things, we think there is always good that you can glean from those things. There is always, another thing that my mom used to always say is, the sun always rises. On the darkest night, the sun always, always rises. And you just have to remember those things. You just got to keep after it. And like I said, we're in this life together. It's our job to help each other through. One of the things that helped me the very most was I had sometimes people I didn't even know, obviously friends and family, but I had people that had seen stories about my accident send me cards or messages or private messaging, just wishing me well and saying, good luck and keep up the good work. I can't even tell you what that did for me as a person. And more than that, I was always so grateful for someone who took that small amount of time to write such a great message to me. And that's one of the things that really enforced to me was like, when you have that, when you see someone and you can really appreciate something they're doing, make sure that you acknowledge that to them,
Right. No, I think it's phenomenal. I'm so honored when I started to hear your story. I got very emotional because I thought, okay, to me, your story is much more impactful than mine. So I think it's really interesting when it's reversed and we kind of go, oh wait, what happened? So it's fantastic. I just think I think it's awesome that we're able to really give opportunities to inspire people to move forward or move through what they're going through. And just out of curiosity, like, I know that your pageant experience, you said, really had led you to another title 5 years ago. But what made you decide to get into pageantry?
Oh, say that one more time. Sorry, the computer bleeped for a second. So.
Oh, sorry. No, okay. When did your pageant experience start, and what made you decide to get involved in pageantry?
Oh, okay. Sorry. I kind of missed like 3 words there. You know, I had helped, in my 20s, I had helped girls get ready for interview, was the area that I was, one of my college professors actually worked a lot with the Miss America, MISS Miss America system. And so I started working with the girls at that time. I had never done a pageant. I grew up, I was seriously the epitome of a tomboy, like sports, holes in my jeans, moving sprinkler pipes, like you name it, small town girl. And on the other side, I like danced and stuff like that. But I had never done pageantry as a young woman or a girl. And so I was actually 35 when I did my first pageant as a missus. And I placed fourth runner-up at nationals and felt really great about that. It was like one of those things like, oh, I want to do a pageant one time. The thing I learned was that there's definitely a process to it. You know, I always say not very many people go run the Boston Marathon the first time in their whole life and win. It's rare. It does happen, but it's rare. But I also had such an incredible experience with the associations that I made and the opportunities that I made. I mean, I was able to, I had never modeled. I was able to do some magazine covers and commercials and things like, you know, it was all, I'm a nurse for heaven's sakes. Like I was not doing modeling for sure. But so I really enjoyed that opportunity. And then I had done another Mrs. Pageant. I was Miss Nevada, United States. And I had gotten divorced. And it was after I'd gotten divorced that one of the directors said, you know, you'd be really great. Why don't you come back and do the Ms. Nevada, United States? So that's what I had gone back. And I just really have developed a love for pageantry. I think, like I said, one of the things is I love the platform and the purpose that you can carry with the crown, that you have an opportunity to go to different events and charitable events and just be a leader, if you will. And I don't mean by like dictating to other people. I mean by like walking side by side people and helping them be the best version of themselves they can be, supporting other people in their causes. And so that is kind of my background in pageantry. So kind of exciting.
Yeah, it's totally exciting. That's fantastic. Do you have your crown nearby or no?
I do. Give me 1 second.
Okay. Please stand by. We'll be with you in one moment. Thank you guys for joining us today.
This is a pretty, I don't know if it'll fit in the camera. It's a pretty thing, right?
Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous.
Yeah,
oh,
isn't that pretty?
Nice.
I'm telling you, you put this thing on, you look like $1 million, right?
You look like $1 million without it. So the crown is just bling added onto that. So don't. I mean, it is stunning. I'm jealous. I have crown envy. I have crown envy. Mine's tiny compared to yours.
Hey, you can't go wrong with a crown on your head. I think there's something great about it.
See, we have to actually capture that. So hold on 1 second. Yeah. Smile. Oh, I don't know if it did it. Wait, no, hold on, it didn't work. There. Awesome. Okay, there we go. We shared it. So, what has been the best part of this experience for you? A national title holder and a job and responsibility. So, what up until this point has been the thing that really has stood out for you?
It's been really a whirlwind, especially right at first. There's a lot of media and news groups, and I feel so fortunate that they want to share my message, share my story. Like I said, it's just there's already been a lot of things that I've been able to do. I was able to walk in a processional parade for the San Gennaro Festival. Um, Michael and I were able to go work out with Tony Lattimore, which was awesome, the celebrity trainer. We just had opportunities, been able to do things for the news groups and newspaper and magazines. And so it's just, it's like a big package. It's like a big, fantastic, awesome package. And that's what I was saying when I had gone to the pageant. When I stood backstage, and I say this with all sincerity, when we're in rehearsals, most of the time you're just around the women that you are in line next to. You know what I mean? You come on and off the stage, on and off, you practice over and over. Those are the women that you really do get to know quite a bit about, because they're the ones you're like standing right next to. And before they called us on for top 12, I was looking around and I was like, wow, there is phenomenal women here. I mean, I can't even tell you, to be able to rub shoulders with that caliber of women was just really amazing. And I was like, I'm not even going to make the top 12. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, I can count out 16 amazing women, and that's putting myself in. And that was a minimum, because honestly, all of them were amazing. But when you were like, okay, if I think the judges probably had an extremely hard time doing that. But so anyway, when they had called me to the top 12, and then when I had won that title, when I was standing backstage, I just kept telling myself, you came and finished the race that you came to finish. Be happy with that, And so when I actually had won the title, I was like, this is the greatest moment ever, because now, I mean, it was truly like the icing on the cake. And I'm not talking regular icing. I'm talking like cream cheese, thick, smooth, rich icing. That is the good stuff right there. And I get to enjoy this whole year of that.
That's awesome. So that's fantastic. What do you have upcoming, like, as far as like plans and things that are going to be appearances and anything? I mean, do you know like your schedule so far, or what's going to happen, or is it kind of still fluid?
It's still, I have things still rolling in. We have, next week, I'm very excited. Huge Bon Jovi fan. So any girls out there, yay, Bon Jovi. We get to go, my sister and I know, us 80s girls. We're actually going to work in the Bon Jovi Soul Kitchen.
I'm not an 80s girl. So, you're not either.
We're gonna go work there, and then obviously we're gonna tell in the Bon Jovi tour at the end. We get to meet him, but everybody does. That's a part of that runway tour. So I'm excited about that. I'm gonna wear my banner. I'm gonna take one and get one with Bon Jovi. I have been invited to be a keynote speaker at a couple big conferences. They've still got other articles coming out, just a lot of parades. I'll be doing the parade in Mesquite, meeting with the mayor, just all kinds of fun things. And I'm hoping that other people would love for me, like I especially love girls groups, sharing my message with young women. I think they're at a very critical time in their life. And so it's a good time to just reinforce good self-esteem skills and building yourself and getting through those hard times. So anything and everything I'm open for.
Yeah, that's what I think coming across here with the show too, is that we get a lot of girls that are, teens or early 20s and still dealing with a lot of that body image issue, and trying to just, not understanding that what somebody else's opinion shouldn't define how you feel about yourself. That at the end of the day, the true beauty comes from inside of you, and you love yourself before you love anybody else. And it sounds so simple, and I know it's a process, because goodness knows I've had to go through the process, and it didn't happen in my 20s, and it didn't happen until my late 30s. So it's a process. So I really try to work with girls that are having struggles, and we have boys too that are having struggles, that are looking for, my crown keeps tilting, that are just looking for support and some place to be inspired, and that's really where I think we come into a big play into that as well. So does anybody have any questions? I don't know how many people are still on, but if anybody has any questions for Tracy, please put them in chat. We'll open it up so you guys can ask her appropriate questions, please. I don't know if Michael, the one that's giving you compliments, if you know him or if he's just complimenting you.
I do. He's my hot boyfriend.
Oh, well, there you go. Hot nurse, hot boyfriend. There we go. Fantastic. Wait, and I laughed because my husband is Michael S. too. So I was like,
nice.
Wait.
Who's that?
That's
funny. You were like, yeah, he changed his picture. He sneaking went in there.
And I was like, I don't know. But then I thought, realized it was a comment that I was like, must be yours. So, hi, Kyle. Hi, Magnus.
I will make a comment. When you were talking about, I'm always very impressed with young girls and young women that really have a good sense of themselves, because like you, I don't think I always felt like I had some self-confidence and made good choices based on that self-confidence, but I don't really feel like I got a really good feel for myself, and probably until like my early to mid 30s. Then I was like, oh, this is who I am. And then I had gone through, a divorce and then the car accident. And this whole past year for me has been one of really finding out, like I said, I'm going to talk about myself in third person, but finding out who Tracy Rodgers is. What do I like to do again? What things do I like? And being really like true to myself. And I know that's a term we hear a lot, but there's a lot to be said for that. Like, are we responding off what other people think of us or say about us? Or are we doing it because I genuinely like this? I've even gotten where, and it's kind of become this like running joke in our family that, I like things that are blinged out and bedazzled. And my poor boys, bless their hearts, I show up at their motorcycle games with a lot of bling. Let's just say that. And it's at least I've got a good sense of humor about it. But I know that, their comments come out of love and concern. The only thing I was told was I couldn't wear pink to my youngest son's races anymore. So now I actually have like a shirt that's made for him. But, it's about finding out who you are, what you like, and staying true to yourself, being a good person, demonstrating those good values. And like I said, when you really have a good feel for yourself, then you do tend to make better choices. You do try to, and want to be able to help other people around you. And that's where I feel like I'm at this point in my life.
That's great. My friend / producer Mo always asks, and we have asked this question of Miss Universe, so not just for you, but it is a tradition. Do you like frogs? Why or why not?
Okay, I'm sorry. I am not trying to go. Do I what? Why or why not?
Do you like frogs? Why or why not?
Oh, what's funny was, because I was such a tomboy growing up, we used to go down by this pond and catch frogs, like big frogs, horned toads or whatever, big frogs.
Horny toads, oh my gosh. Where are you from originally that you call them horny toads?
Yeah, well, I don't know if they're like the same. I'm from a small town, southern Utah, so
okay.
we were just looking for things.
Texas, so okay. Good.
Yeah, no, but they even have them where I used to live in Logandale. We had a lot in these summer evenings would come out like we live close to a river. So anyway, yeah, we used to collect frogs. I don't eat them. I don't know if he's asking if I like them, but yeah, frogs I'm not opposed to. We actually, we used to play with them a lot more.
He likes to ask the question because we like to get to know stories about people. We don't want the typical pageant answers.
Okay, yeah, that's
so it throws people off because you're used to the typical pageant questions. So it kind of makes people go, oh, well, this is a story. And just like you said, when I was a kid, we used to we get in the pond, we get the horny toads, and that's what we're going for. Is we want to know those stories, because the thing that's great about that is it takes your guard down and it lets your personality come out, and that's what I want. I don't.
We used to. Yeah, no, there's nothing perfect. I'm telling you, as a tomboy, we used to catch like big fat ones and we would make them race. So, there was myself and a few other, we would line, everything was always about racing. I don't know what that is. I was a tomboy, so boys and racing is a thing, I guess. So.
And Mo, she is not married at the moment, but she has a hot boyfriend that's watching, so be nice. So, and I hope your fiance is watching too, Mo, by the way. Accomplished American director who is also the reigning Mrs. West Coast Woman of Achievement. She's my best friend. Her name is Heather Clark. But we actually met on the internet like this on a show, and now we're best friends. Like, I mean, we had known each other and became best friends for like 3 years before we ever physically met each other. But I competed in the Accomplished American program and won Mrs. Accomplished American, and that's when we met. But up until that point, we had gotten to know each other like through Facebook and chatting and on the phone and on Skype. And so when we met, it was just like, oh, hi, you're here. Okay, great, let's go. So her question is, aside from survival, what has been your greatest accomplishment?
I always say this, my boys. I'm super proud of them. I have two, and when I tell you, like, everybody's super proud of their kids, they are the best thing I ever did. They are the best thing that I ever had an opportunity to help create. And I would love to think, in wound healing, because I'm a nurse, I'm a wound nurse, we always say, is this wound healing because of what we're doing or in spite of what we're doing? I'd say that same thing in raising my sons. Are my kids as great as they are because of maybe some small part that I offered or in spite of what their crazy mom had to offer? But they're amazing. My oldest son is 22 and he got married this last summer. Cute girl. He's doing a pre-med orthodontic program and to be an orthodontist, and she's getting ready to go on for a master's degree in physical therapy. And my youngest son is in a paramedic program, wants to go and be a fireman like his father. They're amazing. And they saw me through that whole accident time. I mean, when my accident happened, my youngest was a freshman, my oldest was a senior in high school. And those are like banner years. Those are not the years as a mother that you want to be stuck missing homecoming game or all these things that are just, I really felt like huge times. Yeah, and I'll tell you what, I wouldn't want for them to have to go back and go through some of those hard things because they were a part of it with me, very huge part of it. I always said, we're the three musketeers. We're just in this together, and they're just fine young men, just great young men, and I'm super proud of them, and they are my greatest accomplishment, and they are also my greatest motivation. They are the reason why when I would have those tough days or just not even want it, you just think, I quit. Like, literally, I quit. I'm done. I'm out. I would look at them and just think, no, I want better for them. I want them, when they think about their mom, that they know that I never folded. When life got hard, when life handed me a bad card, that I didn't fold, that I didn't say I quit. And if that's one of the things that I'm able to show my kids, and hopefully that they're able to carry on as well, that, we're not quitters. And like I said, my mom's always like, you can do hard things. That's something that my kids know that as well. So, not only my greatest motivation, but also my greatest accomplishment.
Fantastic. That's it. Mo says, can you adopt him? And then you guys can be the four musketeers.
Okay, so... Thanks, Mo. My kids would probably tell you don't.
Mo's 24, so he said he's almost that age, so he didn't have it. And he wasn't meaning it in a bad way. He was meaning it respectfully when he went, oh, wait, she's Ms. America? She's Ms. America International, so yes, Mo. And Heather has 3 boys, so she's saying, I've said that moment where you go, I've had enough. Bill Cosby, if you 80s child, I have had enough. And you want to give up, but you don't give up because you've got these kids that you're responsible for, and you just got to keep going, keep forward. So
keep going. That's what we do.
I know for Heather, her biggest accomplishment is being a mom, and never give up, never say die.
That's right.
Take on the world. So, anybody else have any other questions? Those are great questions, by the way. Well, wait a second. Is there anything that you would like to share with everybody that you haven't yet? Because I know that you've got such an amazing story, so I don't know if there's anything that you'd like to tell everybody, either about the system, about your experience, about pageants, or just about your platform.
I would like to share if this pageant system that I'm in, I've absolutely loved it. I've loved being a part of the Miss America system. Susan Jeske, the national director, is amazing. I would encourage that if you're a woman and you're 26 and over, you can be single, married, divorced, whatever it is. Bring your passion, bring your story, and come walk that stage. Like, it's an amazing experience. She puts on a great pageant, super fair. I felt, like I said, just very excited and honored to be a part of it. And so that is one thing. And just secondly, I really do want to take a second. I always want to thank those people who have seen me, because I know I didn't get here today without the people who've loved and supported me along the way. Obviously, my boys, you know, my siblings, my parents, my closest friends, and people that I haven't even met, people who've loved and supported me, my doctors, my physical therapist. I mean, there's like a huge group, and these people that have been a part of my life and love me, my hot boyfriend. Yes, I'm telling you, the man was awesome. When I was getting ready for the pageant, he was like helping me meal prep stuff, because I was like, I'm going to take my meals down because I'm going to stay very regimented. And he was even helping me make the little signs that the family holds. Like, he's a good guy. So I will forever be grateful for the people who have taken care of me from this process from start to finish and helped me to be the best version of myself that I could be. And like I said, I know I didn't get here on my own. As I sit here today, and the crown and banner isn't just Tracy Rodgers, it's all those people who've been behind me and loved and supported me along the way. So I'm very grateful for that.
It takes a village to raise a pageant title holder.
I'm always like, it takes a team to make the queen. Seriously, it's a big team. It takes a lot of us.
It really, no, it does. And that's the thing that, you know, we're very blessed that Heather and I have a great relationship. My current director and I have a great relationship. And my director for Woman of Achievement is my other best friend. Like, I mean, my sister-in-law, Heather, and Annie are the people that I go to. I mean, besides my husband. I'm sorry, Michael, I love you. But, you know, those are the people that I go to when I'm falling apart, and, you know, I'm texting the pictures. What about this? Does this look okay? Can I wear this today? You know, it's like, without them, I can't do this. I mean, I could, but it's not the same, you know, having those people there to hold you up, give you their input, to be honest with you, to be brutally honest sometimes with you when you need it, is what makes it best. And Mo, I'm sorry if I messed up your age. You know, it's been almost a year, so I'm going to go 24 because maybe you've had a birthday. 23, 25. It's somewhere in there. Be nice to me, Mo. I love you. I haven't talked to you like in 3 days, so I haven't slept yet. Mo lives in Egypt, so technically, you are not 21. Stop. You liar. I know you're not 21. And I'm 67. Thanks. Appreciate it. Yeah. So, well, I want to thank you so much for being here. I am so proud to have you on the show. Proud to get to know you better and to call you one of my friends.
Thank you.
I'm proud to have you as one of our crownies. Crownies are what we call our fans. But I know that without women like you, I wouldn't have these amazing opportunities, and I know if you could be at our pageant, you would be at our pageant, but because your sons are racing, that's where you got to be, because at the end of the day, family comes first.
Yeah, so. Family first. It's true.
So I know you'll be there in heart. We're going to try, Heather and I are going to try to do live streams during the pageant, so you guys can at least see parts of what's going on as it's going on. So if you can log on and log on to our YouTube channel so you can watch it. With this broadcast, I did simultaneously broadcast it on YouTube, so you can share it with Susan and everybody else. If Susan wants to download it and then brand it with the Ms. America America logos on it, she can. So I'm giving you that permission. You can let Susan know that too. And then if the other two queens would like to come on the show at any point in time, I would love to have them, and just to be able to share. I mean, I just think the system is amazing. I've known Susan for a very long time. Susan knows that I probably, if I had not won Woman of Achievement, I would probably have been competing with you at Ms. America. So I just happened to win the Woman of Achievement title, so that was like, okay, well, that's what we're doing right now. So I think very highly of the system, and I think it's remarkable that you have the opportunities to share your platforms and your stories and rocking the over 40 division. Yes.
Right, I know, we're bringing it. Still got to work. You have to work twice as hard. In all fairness, I'll be a little whiny for saying you have to work twice as hard.
You do. Well, the thing that was funny for me is I was really dreading turning 50, and in a pageant way, because I knew that when I hit 50, then the age groups would change, and that a lot of the systems changed the title to senior or lead or something, and I was like, really? Am I that lame that I have to, hit that spot where I'm no longer just Mrs.? Okay, fine. But now I'm embracing it, because I know that that just means that I have been able to overcome so much more and been able to represent and do so much more with that amount of time. So keep rocking it.
Yeah, that's what we do. Keep going. We just keep doing it.
So thanks again. I really appreciate it. You're amazing.
Thank you.
And
I appreciate the opportunity.
Anytime.
Thank you. So I appreciate everyone that asked questions. Bye. Thanks.
Bye. Let me see. It's not. There you go. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. It's been a great show. I had a great time being able to get to know Tracy Rodgers a little bit better. The reigning Ms. America International 2017. She was crowned just a few weeks ago, and being able to hear her story and about her story through pageantry and overcoming her obstacles, and being able to live her platform, which I think is remarkable. The rest of your life starts today, and it really does. And I know that I didn't quote that specifically, but that's really the gist of it, is that life starts right now. So thank you guys for being here. I will look forward to seeing you this week. I don't know if we've got another interview set up. We're going to try to do Tuesday, Thursday, Sundays now. And so if there's other title holders that would like to come on and practice interview skills, or if they just want to just share their stories, we're always open to new title holders coming on and telling us about the system that they represent and what they're doing with their title. And then our pageant, the Woman of Achievement pageant, is being held in Long Beach, California, November 6th. I leave for California on November 2nd. So I will look forward to seeing all of you. Yes, call me, please. I look forward to seeing all of you guys on in the next 2 weeks. And then I will be live broadcasting while we're on the ship, so that we're on the Queen Mary, by the way, which is it's a huge cruise ship. So we will be broadcasting from the Queen Mary. So thanks, guys, for being here. As always, my show is nothing without you. The viewers are what make me want to be here. So thank you. Be kind to one another. Hashtag Ellen. And then we will see you guys next time. That's a wrap, everybody. Good night. I don't know how to turn it off now. There's no button. How do you turn it off? Oh.